The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolangatta Sale Yards, August 15th. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated, a bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolangatta The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolangatta Sale Yards, August 15th. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated, a bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View
Barry has had a 27-year career with Nolan Meats at Gympie, and he's progressed right through the supply chain. He worked on the slaughter floor and was boning room manager for 15 years, and currently a cattle buyer and staff trainer. He's got extensive experience in evaluating and assessing cattle, looking for evaluating yield and fat cover, overall meat quality. And Barry's had a long-standing association with the Gympie Beef Group and the Gympie Classic, Carcass Classic. So we will welcome Barry's comments a bit later on. He's our overjudge today.
to go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are interested, JBS are about to do a demonstration in about 5 minutes in the tent behind us. So if you are interested, you're welcome to participate in that.
Competitors, that's time. Hand your cards in, please. Just tabulating our information there on the computer, and we'll be able to call forward our spokespersons for the various schools that are in contention for the prize. I have now a list of the 10 schools who we will require to provide a spokesperson to give us your reasons for placing the cattle the way you have. We need these 10 schools to amass out the back over near the Suncorp tent. Emmaus College, Gympie State High School, Caboolture State High School, Beaudesert State High School, New England Girls School, Cultivate Ag College, Tenterfield High School, Bundaberg Christian College, the Cathedral College, and Quinaloe State School. Those 10 teams, if you could arrive out the back, and we'll have a spokesperson for each of you to come forward and give us your reasons for placing the cattle the way you have. Ever ready, like the torch battery Duracell, to give us their reasons, reasons for their selection. Emmaus College, Mr. Ian Hind.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ian Hine and I'm here with Denver Drysdale and Addison Davies. Before we place these comments on these steers, these heifers, I'd just like to thank the overjudge, the RNA, the sponsors and anybody else who made this day possible. The order we place these heifers in is 3, 2, 4, 1. For us today, number 3 and number 2 were extremely hard to split when they first come out in that ring. But as soon as you got a feel onto that number 3, that fat coverage is just even all throughout, all the way from those shoulders, all the way through the hindquarters, which is exactly what you're looking for. The evenness of this heifer is extremely well. The depth of this heifer you cannot look past, and is just the perfect heifer in this class today. Moving down the line to number 2. Number 2 is a great heifer. It's got that evenness coverage all over. It's just lacking that little bit of fat, but still got great length. It's probably the lengthiest heifer in this class, but just that fat coverage is what put it down below number 3 today. Moving down into number 4. Number 4, it was lacking that fat coverage as well today. Still a very lengthy heifer today. Very lengthy, got a little bit of depth about it, not as much as the heifer above her today, which put her down into 3rd place. And moving on into 4th place is heifer number 1. Heifer number 1 was just outdone today by the heifers above her. Still got a bit of length about it in this heifer, but just was missing that fat coverage and that muscle coverage of what we're looking for today. Thank you.
In Bow Desert State High, you should be out the back. Your team should be out the back with the rest of the competitors. Yep, I just want to find out who their spokesperson is. Is it you? Thomas. Right. Representing Gympie State High School, Thomas Orphant.
Good afternoon. Before I place my comment on these fine line of heifers, we would like to thank the overjudge, the own exhibitors of these heifers, the Gympie State High School for allowing us to represent them today, and anyone else who can make this day possible. Today we placed our order of 3, 2, 4, 1. Today we came out here looking for a heifer that would make us the most money, a heifer that was deep, long, a heifer that was good along the top line where those value money cuts are, and today heifer number 3 ticked all those boxes for us today. She was probably the standout of the class today. She was very deep and long, and it was probably just the depth of body that she had that got her up into 1st place today over heifer 2. Heifer 2, you got to admire the length of body she's got. She's a exceptionally long heifer with plenty of muscling through the hindquarter. She's a very soft heifer and just a neat heifer. It was probably just this heifer's overall length of body that put her over the heifer in 3rd today, heifer number 4. Heifer number 4, this heifer's a neat little heifer. She's got plenty of muscling. She's good along the top line, just she wasn't as long as the heifers above her today, but she's still a lovely heifer. It was probably just this heifer's overall muscling through that hindquarter that put her over the heifer in 4th today, heifer number 1. Heifer number 1, you got to admire this heifer. She's got plenty of fat cover, just she was lacking that muscling, but she's still a lovely deep heifer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Thomas. Right, from Caboolture State High School now, Sarah Bunt.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sarah Bunt. Before I start today, I'd like to thank the Royal Queensland Show Society for holding this event today. We have placed this order of heifers in the order of 3, 2, 1, 4. Today we were looking for a heifer that was deep and long, that would hold the most amount of muscle in it. We're also looking for a full brisket and fullness in the eye fillet. And today, number 3 ticks all those boxes. She is long and deep, and you can see the overall capacity of her muscle, and that muscle carries all the way through to the hindquarters. And overall, I just believe she'll bring the most dressing weight out of all these animals. Moving through to our 2nd place, we have number 2. This animal just didn't have the amount of depth and muscle coverage as the one above her, but still a beautifully long animal and still has that muscle in the brisket and the hindquarters. Moving through to our third place animal, we have animal number 1. This animal just wasn't as long as the ones above it, and she just didn't have the fullness in the brisket that I would like to see, but still a beautiful dressing weight I think would come out of her. And through to our fourth place animal, we have animal number 4. This animal just didn't have the depth in her, but still a lovely full breast brisket. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sarah. From the Bow Desert State High School now to give us his or their thoughts, Jet Richards.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jet Richards, and I'm here on behalf of Bow Desert State School. Before I place my comments on this line of heifers, I'd just like to thank our overjudge, the exhibitors, the showgrounds, and everyone else who helped make this day possible. I've placed these heifers in the order of 3, 2, 4, 1. Heifer 3, she just caught my eye as soon as she walked into the ring. She combines that great natural thickness through the loin quarter and stifle with even finishing throughout. She's a really nice, long and deep heifer, and she's just everything I was looking for. Heifer 2, it was really hard to split these top 2 heifers for me today. She just lacked a bit of that depth that I was looking for compared to the heifer above her. Still a really nice long heifer with nice even finish. She just lacked the depth. Heifer 4, very nice heifer. Again, hard to split them, but she just lacked that depth, and she just lacked a bit of that fat coverage and a bit of that balance throughout her body. Heifer 1, nothing against this heifer. She just didn't have that overall balance I was looking for. She didn't stand on very strong bone. She was lacking a bit of the depth and just lacked a bit of the muscling. Still a very nice overall heifer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. From the New England Girls' School now, Isabel Cartmill to give us their thoughts.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Before I start, I'd like to thank the leaders and breeders and the Eka Show Society for giving us the opportunity to make this day possible. Our unanimous vote was to put 3, 2, 4, 1. We chose 3 as our first heifer because she had that length and width over the top line that separated her from the heifers underneath her today. She also carried that depth down through her rump towards her legs and carried the yield perfectly through her body. 2 was only placed under her today by splitting hairs. We decided that she was the lovely long heifer with lots of depth, but she just lacked in that overall fat coverage that we were looking for. 2 and 4 were also very hard to split. We decided to use length, fat coverage, and depth to split them today, and that's why. 1 was put in 4th place because she just lacked that softness and shape that the heifers above her today did, but we believe that if she had longer time, she would do very well in the carcass competition. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Isabel. From Cultivate Ag now, Isla von Magnuson.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First off, I'd just like to thank the overjudge and all my fellow competitors here today. Today I've placed these heifers in the order of 2, 3, 4, 1. What I look for when I'm judging a lineup of kill heifers are heifers that are high yielding, have even fat coverage, and have a lot of volume and capacity all throughout. And that's why I've placed heifer 2 on top today. This heifer was a long-bodied heifer. She's deep through the barrel, she's long, she's thick, and she's really wide over the top. She's got the even fat coverage, and that's why she's over the other heifers blower today. I've placed heifer 3 in 2nd place. This heifer, she had the fat coverage, she had the depth of body, she was thick, but she just lacked the yield and capacity compared to the heifer above her. I've placed heifer 4 in 3rd place. This heifer was a deep-bodied heifer. She was long, but I feel like she lacked the fat coverage and yield as the other heifers above her today. And lastly, I've placed heifer 1 in 4th place. I feel like this heifer was just outdone today. She's a lovely female. She's got the fat coverage, but she just lacked in the yield as the heifers above her. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Isla. Right, from Tenterfield High School now, Laura Aquilini.
Before I start, I would just like to thank the Echo Show Society, the RNA, and everyone else who has helped put this day possible. I would also like to thank the breeders who have provided the animals and the overjudge for taking the time to do this today. Our group has placed this order in 2, 3, 4, 1. The heifer in first, we just thought had great yield, great body and length, and just a lovely looking heifer overall. In second place, we love the fat on this heifer and the depth in the body. Just the growth of the body is just what faulted it. The heifer in third, we loved the length of the body and the rump, but just the lack of muscle is what put it in third today. And in fourth place, we loved this heifer's structure and the length, but just the lack of yield is what it put it in fourth. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Right in a minute. Right, for the Bundaberg Christian College now, Flynn Stefan.
Thank you. Today, on behalf of Bundaberg Christian College, I'd like to thank the overjudge, the leaders, presenters, everyone else here that makes this day happen. My order today was 2, 3, 4, 1. In first place, I put number 2. Number 2, this carcass heifer, she's a great soft heifer, she's great frame size, overall yielding. I feel like she'd be a great yielding heifer. She's just full through that briskets and all through those fat deposits that we want. In second place is heifer number 3. Heifer number 3, she's a great heifer. She's got that length, got that depth. She's wide through that chest floor. She's full through that top line. She's deep in that hind quarter. She's everything I want her to be. In third place, I put number 4. Number 4, she's, in my opinion, she's just got too much fat and not enough muscle. She just hangs that fat down low. She's rolls off that rump a bit, but she carries all that fat down in that cod. But she's wide in the chest floor and she's got that strength on that top line that I like to see. In fourth place today, I put number 1. Number 1, she's just a heifer that didn't stand out to me today. It wasn't as eye appealing as the other heifers. She didn't carry as much fat coverage and tone as the other heifers, but she's got great frame size and overall capacity about her. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Flynn. From the Cathedral College now to present their thoughts, Bonnie Jones.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Before I'd like to pass my comment on this fine line of heifers, I'd like to thank the RNA Show Society, the overjudge, the owners and exhibitors of these cattle, and anyone else that can make this day possible. Today I place these heifers in the order of 2, 3, 4, 1. For me today, 2 just had that overall evenness throughout, the muscling and the fat coverage and that overall thickness put it over the heifer in second place here today. The heifer in second place here today is heifer number 3. When you stand in front of this heifer, she has beautiful width that you have to admire. She stands on good bone, and I think it was that overall depth of that heart girth that got it over the heifer in third place here today. The heifer in third place here today is heifer number 4. This heifer, when you stand in front of her, you got to admire the full brisket that complements the length of this heifer.
I do believe it was this heifer's overall strength of that top line that got it over the heifer in 4th place here today. In 4th place here today is heifer number 1. Taking nothing away from this heifer, she's got beautiful depth. I think all these heifers will be a credit to their owners. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie. And finally, from Quinlow State School now, Noah Cooks.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Noah Cooks, and on behalf of Quinlow State School, with my team, Rian and Eden, today we've placed these heifers in the order of 2, 3, 4, 1. And before I place my comments, I'd like to thank the RNA Show Society and anyone, the Overjudge, and anyone who else made this day possible. I've placed these heifers in the order of 2, 3, 4, 1. Today, number 2 stood out to me and my team. She had the great muscle definition, great fat coverage in P8 and in that rump area and over a tail head. She had great muscle definition, muscle depth in her hind quarter, and it was just the overall width of top line and them expensive cuts of meat, where the expensive cuts of meats come from, that got her over number 3 here today. Number 3 was a great heifer. She had great depth of her hind quarter, great depth through her shoulder, great width over the top, and had wonderful muscle definition and great fat coverage in a P8 site. It was just the overall yield that got her over number 4 here today. Number 4 was a great heifer. She had great muscle definition, great fat coverage over a tail head, and it was just the overall yield and growth for age that got her over number 1 here today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'd say so by the sound of that. But anyway, to give us his opinion now of our 4 heifers out there in front of us, our judge, Mr. Barry McIntyre.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like all the students, as you know, I look around here and there's, I don't know, 300-400 students here, and I think it's a credit to the teachers and the parents that have taken the time to bring students down, and the learning and the knowledge that we can gain from for the future of the industry. I think it's great. So I'd like all the students to put a round of applause together for parents and teachers, if we could. Anytime I'm judging, I try to give a justification of what I'm doing, and it's always an honour to judge anywhere, no matter where you are. But we've always got to remember that there's been a lot of time and effort go into these cattle to get them prepared to bring them anywhere, whether you're taking it to a local country show or you're bringing them down here. And I think it's a credit to everyone that's got cattle on the grounds. So what I've done today, I'll just put these cattle in my order, and then I'll go from there. Can you just bring her forward, Dylan, please? Second. Yeah, third. You come this side, Riley. Fourth, please. Few things that I'm going to look for, and the judging when we're doing this, it's a little bit different because we've got to look at all sorts of things, presentation, and we're going to look at how people speak and how we conduct ourselves and that. A few little pointers that I'm going to give out, and take it as you will. There's a few little things, especially since we're at the Royal Brisbane show. A few little things. I'm not worried if people come out here wearing blue jeans or cream jeans or white jeans. I don't care about that, and I'm not worried about people coming out here with scuff marks and a bit of dirt on their boots and their jeans, because we are nearly at the middle of the day and they've been working, and I think it's probably better if I see a bit of dirt on the bottom of your jeans. I still want to see dressed neatly and respectable, but if you've been doing a bit, I think that's even better, because it's the industry is, we've got to be working the whole time. So a few other little things at a Royal show, I think we all should be wearing boots. I think that's very important. We're once again, we've got to be dressed neatly and respectably. Yep, probably can't have them polished at this time of the day, but I think we all should be wearing boots. That's just a little bit of feedback from me. I'll talk about the cattle now. That's the easiest part to talk about. I'll put this black heifer in first, and either way, I couldn't have cared which way you went with these two. And the only way if you can lead her off, please, mate. I put her in first, and I did have the red heifer in first for a start until I stood behind that heifer, and she's thick through the top. That's the only way she's got her over the top of the red heifer. She's thick through the top. She's a little bit bigger in the girth, which they need those lungs to be able to breathe. If they can't breathe and walk, they're not good. They need plenty of heart girth there. I think she's got enough fat. She's plenty of fat, but it was just the size of the eye muscle, and probably not as high yielding as the heifer in second, but it was just the size of that eye muscle where the expensive cuts are. Heifer in second, plenty enough fat. She's, they've only got to have 5 to 10 mil, which is anything over 10 mils a waste. I would rather, 8 to 9 mils probably better because fat's flavour. And a few people here are probably looking at me saying he's never said that before, but you live and learn. I think the heifer's a high yielding heifer, but just lost a little bit of eye muscle. She pulls in behind the shoulders there a little bit. But a gorgeous heifer. The heifer in third I've put just loses a little bit in behind her shoulders then. She doesn't have the top line of the heifers above her. She's got enough fat. She's fed well. She stands on beautiful flat bone, and that's something I'm big on. I'm standing and the flat bone thing's something that I've always banged on around. And there's a whole different conversation in that on the flat bone. But the heifers, she's nice, she's full, she's finished, she's ready to go. Just beaten by a little bit of yield on the top. And the heifer we've put in fourth, lovely black heifer. She's probably got the most cover out of the whole class. And once again, I wouldn't have worried which way you switch these two. I've put her down a little bit because of the fat she's carrying. She's going to have over 12 mil, I believe. Didn't have the top line of the heifers above it. Beautiful flat bone heifer. She's nice and deep in the heart girth, but just carried a little bit too much fat for me today. Thanks.
Right, if we could have those 10 schools back out the front, please. Those 10 schools, if you'd make your way out the front, please, so that we can, I'll announce the result in a moment. I'd like to thank Nutrien Ag Solutions also for sponsoring this inter-schools young judges competition. So we had 10 schools, and we have 7 highly commended schools. Firstly, Beaudesert State High, you're highly commended. If I could have the speaker out. New England Girls School. Quinaloe State School. Caboolture State High. Cultivate Ag College. Bundaberg Christian College. And Tenterfield High. So our third place school, as you might imagine, we've only got 3 left, so we'll go third to first. Third place school, Gympie State High School. Here we are. You missed. Second to Emmaus College, which will mean that the Cathedral College are placed first in the inter-school Young Judges competition. The Cathedral College, if you'd make your way forward, please. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for our place getters in the inter-school Young Judges competition. And again, a big thank you to Nutrien Ag Solutions, represented here today by Terry Ryan, for sponsoring this Young Judges competition.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunya Sale Yards August 15th. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated, a bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunya Sale Yards August 15th. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated, a bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunya Sale Yards August 15th. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated, a bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunya Sale Yards August 15th. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated, a bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunya Sale Yards. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunya Sale Yards August 15th. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated, a bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunya Sale Yards August 15th. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated, a bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 15th. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated, a bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 15th. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated, a bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent.
On the Machinery Hill end, the 14 and 15-year-olds on the Council stand end or the Ernest Baines stand end. And the 16 to 18-year-olds will go into that ring just over in front of the Ernest Baines stand. So if you can start and get yourself sorted out into those areas, we'll bring your cattle out shortly. around the arena once, and we'll stand them up, and you will have 6 minutes to assess them, and you'll write your notes about them. Similarly with the 14 and 15-year-olds, move into the middle of the ring there so the cattle can come in when they do. You will have 6 minutes, and the 16 to 18-year-olds in the far ring over there.
So what age group have we got here?
They should be the littlest. 11 to 13, yeah. 11 to 13. 11 to 13-year-olds, 14, 15-year-olds there. 16 to 18.
All right. 11 to 13. Yep, 14 and 15. Yep. 16 to 18. All right, that's all right. I just got to make sure I tell them again.
There's those 14 and 15-year-olds. You can start writing on set 2. And 6 minutes is on. Yeah, your sets for ring 1, or that's where the 11 to 13-year-olds are. That's set 1. Set 2's in where the 14 and 15-year-olds are, and set 3 is down where the 16 and 18-year-olds are. Right, you've got 4 minutes left. Yeah, when I know, I will let them know. Yeah. I know that the 16 to 18-year-olds, you will be talking on set 3. 16 to 18-year-olds, you'll be basing your decision, or you'll be talking on set 3. But we'll let you know about these other 2 sets when Barry's decided which way he wants it to go. Right, so the juniors, you will be speaking. You 11 to 13-year-olds, you'll be speaking on set 1, which are the ones you're looking at the moment. That's the ones you'll be talking on. Intermediates, your 14 to 15-year-olds, you'll be speaking on set 2, which are the ones you're looking at the moment. No. Oh, right, sorry. Intermediates, you're talking on set 3. The heifers, I don't know. You don't have to try to confuse me. I'm quite capable of doing that all on my own, thank you. Got just over a minute left, you juniors and intermediates. Just over a minute left. Right, about 30 seconds to go. Yep. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop cooking. Right. Right. 14 to 15-year-olds, head down to set 3. 14 to 15-year-olds to set 3. 11 to 13-year-olds into set 2. Thank you. And the 16 to 18-year-olds will come up to ring 1, up the top, up to set 1. Right, 16 to 18-year-olds up into the top ring there, and you will be writing your notes down on set 1.
kids. He said, well, good. Okay, thank you.
16 to 18-year-olds, which one are they speaking on? They're speaking on those. Right. Yeah. Just you 16 to 18-year-olds, you will be speaking on the ones that you have just inspected down the bottom on set 3 when you're doing your speech. Right, time's on. 6 minutes. Right, you've got 3 minutes left. I did notice one card been handed in. If you've finished, if you've made the decisions and you finished your card, you could hand them in.
Just two.
Two. Yeah. We have 1.5 minutes left. If you have finished, you can hand your cards in. I don't think time would be up. Time's up. Time's up. Hand your cards in, thanks. Yeah, all your cards can be handed in now. You're only inspecting 2 lots. If you've inspected 1 lot, or 2 lots rather, you hand your cards in, thanks. Only judging on 2 lots, on 2 sets.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunya Sale Yards, August 15th. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent.
Hold on.
The gender view.
I'll be able to go back up to their stall. Oh, goodness me. There's a whirlwind and somebody's champion ribbon gone. Look at that. Look out this.
I'm gonna go and put it on my. I'm gonna go and put it on one of my stairs. There we go.
Yeah, it'll land on the roof of the
Be on the bloody.
the roof of the high rise there.
She's coming back to where she left.
Goodness me.
Larry Noel picking up his units and all that.
The Charolais is where we go. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Look at that. Right. Yeah. Okay, now, if your cards aren't in, you'll be disqualified because our overjudge is about to start commenting on set 2, on the cattle in set 2. So if your cards aren't in, you will be disqualified. They need to be in immediately. Nobody running, so I think they must be all in. So our overjudge in this competition now, one of our two overjudges now, Mr. Barry McIntyre, will comment on the cattle in set 2, and then they'll be able to go back up to their stall.
Thank you. This class here, and this is a really tough class to judge. This is a really, really tough class of steers to judge because there's not much in them. And the way I have done them, I'm going to line them up. I'll bring them up to the front. I'll put him number 3 first. Can you bring him forward? Then I'll put 4 into second. and I put number 2 into third and number 1 into fourth. Now, I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned either way you went here. This is a real tight class. That'll do there, mate. Yeah, thanks. This is a tight class of steers. They're very, very even. So, as you can understand, the splits were quite close on them. I went with the red steer up at first. I just felt he had a little bit more power through the top, a little bit more top line in him where the through the rib fillet and that. Probably didn't yield as good as some of the other calves in him, but I thought there was more meat in him through the top and down through his rump there. A little bit deeper, nice big heart girth, beautiful flat bone calf. The calf into second, the grey calf, yeah, just got beaten on top line, and that's which is red meat into the box, and that's as a processor, that's what we're looking to do is put red meat into a box. All steers have got adequate fat. I really like the way that they're all finished. And like I say, the splits were really, really close, so I wouldn't be worried whichever way anyone put these. These 2 steers just run in a little bit behind the shoulders, which is why the other 2 steers got above them. But and this steer, the steer in third has probably got less fat than the steer in fourth, but I just feel he had a little bit more yield and put a little bit more red meat into a box. I think that's probably all. There was one other thing I did like about this red steer, and I've gone back to the front, which I normally wouldn't do. I want to give him a pat because I was taught by my mentor and coach when I started doing any sort of cattle judging, and I said to him one day, should I put my hand on him? And he said, if you need to put your hand on him, you shouldn't be judging cattle. He said, we don't get to put our hand on him in the sale yards. We walk to the pen at the sale yards after you write in your notebook. You've got 30 seconds to walk to your next pen. You write in your notebook. You've got to look at your cattle to see how much fat they've got on them, how much, whether there's dog bites, any navel problems, feet problems. You don't get to touch them. You've got 30 seconds to a minute. So you've just got to look at your key points. Look at your brisket, your tail head, down through your cod. I believe that we shouldn't be, and this is probably a whole argument, and someone's probably going to throw a rock at me, but I've been argued with before, and I'm not concerned. But I personally don't like putting my hands on cattle because we don't get to do it in the sale yards. But this was a really, really tough class to judge, so it would have been, we would have had everyone talking on these if we had you guys talk on them. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Barry. And we're finished with those cattle now. They can go back to their stalls. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank all of our exhibitors and handlers for their cooperation in putting on these competitions this afternoon, for bringing their cattle out.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 15th. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated, a bull for everyone.
McClay, Angus Hamilton, Montana Richters, and Matilda Jones. If you will congregate out the back, please. You will be that's the 6.
The Gender View
competitors who
Invitational
will
Bull
be,
Sale will offer
discussing
65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunga Sale Yards, August 15th. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated, a bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View
All here, right? Okay, Piper Wainwright, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before I start today, I would just like to thank the Overjudge, the RNA Show Society, and anyone else who could make this day possible. What I look for in commercial cattle is that they are well covered and they have good masculinity. This is why I placed this class in the order of 1, 2, 3, 4. In first place, I put steer number 1 today, as he had that good fat coverage throughout, he had good muscling, and he had plenty of yield. In second place, I put steer number 2, as he was a deep-bodied animal, he had good width, but I just believe he was the shortest animal in the class. In third place, I put steer number 3. He was nice and long throughout, he had a straight top line, but I just believe he wasn't as deep as the steers in front of him, above him. And in fourth place, I put steer number 4. He was nice and long throughout, but I just believe he wasn't well covered. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Piper. Now for her thoughts on these 4 steers, Olivia Tomlinson.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before I start, I'd just like to thank the Overhead Judge, the RNA Show Society, and anyone else who made this day possible. Now, here today, ladies and gentlemen, I was judging this class if they were going to be killed today, meaning that I was looking for adequate fat coverage, muscling, and thick fur over the top line. This is why I placed this class in the order of 2, 1, 3, 4. Number 2, he was just a full package for me today, ladies and gentlemen. He was well conditioned, he was thick from his PA side over to his shoulders, and I found that he was going to be my highest yielding in this class. Moving down to number 1, take nothing away from him. He had the length, though I just found that he had a bit of a dip in his back, which might not give me those expensive cuts of meat that I'm looking for. Moving down to number 3 and third, I really admired this thirds for his spring of ribs and his well conditioned, though I just found that he was not as high yielding as the ones above him. Moving down to number 4, I found that he just didn't have the fat coverage above everyone else today, though I did find that he was probably the most muscle steer in this class today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Olivia. For his thoughts now, Charles McClay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank the RNA for the opportunity to judge here today. I've placed the class in the order of 1, 2, 3, 4. Today I was looking for steers for the local trade market. The steer I've placed in first position was a clear winner in the class because it had nice fat coverage throughout and good depth. I consider the steer the best suited for the local trade market. The steer in second place didn't quite have the fat coverage of the animal above them. However, this steer still shows good depth and fat around the key market areas. The steer in third place didn't have quite as good features as the animals above them, however still showed great length and fat coverage around the hind quarter. The steer in fourth place showed good growth and length, but runs in around the shoulders. However, was outclassed by the 3 better animals on the day. In conclusion, I would like to thank the handlers and exhibitors for taking the time to show their animals today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Charles. Now for his thoughts, Angus Hamilton.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, what a wonderful class we got of lead steers today. In first place, I've gone with steer number 1. Steer number 1, as soon as I casted my eye over this steer, I had the widest top line of all of them, the great muscle coverage throughout the whole body, good, nice and full through the brisket and down through the cod, and just an overall great limo steer. In second place, it was a tight between picking first and second in this class, but I've just gone with this other limo steer here in second place. He was just a good steer and all fat coverage throughout him. I just felt like the width across the top line was just what put him down into second place today compared to steer number 1. And then in third place, I've gone with steer number 4. Steer number 4, he had good muscle coverage, good bone on him. I felt like he was just lacking the fat throughout him, but overall good top 3 steers. And in fourth place is steer number 3. Steer number 3, the speckle steer. Speckle steer, he lacked that width over the top line, but I felt like he's a tremendous steer. I definitely think he's got the potential. Before I hand the mic to the next competitor, I'd like to thank the RNA, the judges and handlers and owners of these cattle. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Angus. Now for her thoughts, Montana Richters.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before I judge this class of steers here today, I would just like to thank the RNA and the overjudge for putting this event on today. When I'm judging steers, I'm judging them as if they're going to be killed today. So that's the first thing I look for when judging them, is that they have adequate muscle and fat distribution across their whole carcass and have a really strong top line where your good cuts of meat come from, like the eye muscle. That's why I've placed this class in the order of 1, 2, 3, 4. I really admired steer number 1. He was very powerful. He was the very deep, one of the deepest of the class, and he really had nice muscle distribution. That's what put him in first today. The steer I've placed in second is number 2. I also really admire this steer. He was a very safe steer. That's what brought him up into second. I just think he didn't match the power as the steer above him, but still overall a really great steer. The steer I've placed in third is number 3. This steer was very good through the forequarter, very strong, but just lacked in the fat coverage throughout his hindquarter and was just outdone by the 2 steers above him. The steer I've placed in fourth is number 4. Another really good muscling steer, had really good distribution across his carcass. Just overall today didn't have that fat coverage that the steers above him had. But if this steer had a little bit longer, he would definitely be a top contender. Once again, great class of steers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Montana. And finally, wherever she is, here she comes. Matilda Jones.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matilda Jones, and I would like to thank the overjudge, the expeditioners, the RNA, and anyone else who made today possible. When I walk into the ring, I am looking for saleable meat value, fat coverage, and money cuts. The steer I've put in first today is number 1. I've placed him in first because he has nice fat coverage and it carries through his whole body. He's got nice width, and he's got some nice money cuts, and he's got a nice length. The steer I've put in second today is number 3. He's got a nice sized brisket and he carried his weight, but although he does have a small spring of rib. The steer I've put in third today is steer number 2. He's got a smaller rib, he's got a smaller brisket, and he carried his weight, although he was smaller than the ones I put above him. The steer I've put in fourth today, he's got a smaller and his weight doesn't carry through as evenly as the others. I would like to see him in the paddock for a couple more weeks. My name is Matilda Jones, and I've put these cattle in the order of 1, 3, 2, 4. Thank you.
Thank you, Matilda. Right, for his thoughts on this group of steers, our judge again, Mr. Barry McIntyre.
Thank you. Before I talk about the steers, I'd like to thank the team here at the RNA for giving me the opportunity to come down. What a privilege it is to judge and to be asked for my opinions on cattle and to try and pass on some knowledge to the younger generation. It's a real honour and a privilege to be able to come to Brisbane Ekka and talk. I thought this was a pretty straight class, and I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4. As you lead off, if you like, you're finished. You can go and have a sit down. This steer in first, I put him up. He's a heap of muscle, a heap of yield in him. People might have put him down with not enough fat, but I think when you look at him down through his cod, he's got enough fat there in his cod. He's got a beautiful top line. Might be a little bit short in the spine, but there's a whole lot of meat in the calf. I really like the calf. The calf in second. The young lady just said he was a very safe calf, and I think he is. He is a very, very safe calf. He's got good fat cover. He's even. Probably just dipped in a little bit behind his shoulders, but stands on beautiful flat bone. He's deep. He runs right down to his cod. Nice length in his spine. The steer in third, the speckle steer. Probably just beaten on yield from the steers above him. I like my yield as we're about putting red meat into a box. He was beaten a little bit on yield, but he's still full. He's nice and long. Stands on lovely flat bone. And I think he's going to hang up really nice in the rail. The steer in fourth, probably the best yielding calf in the class, and I understand. I know where the calves come from. He's a heap of muscle, heap of shape. He was just beaten on fat today, but yeah, would be the highest yielding calf in the class. Beautiful flat bone, but just beaten by cattle with a bit more cover. Thank you.
We've got 10 people who have qualified to speak on their selections. We'd like you to congregate around the back there. Maddie Albrecht, Cody Payne, Matilda Penfold, Fraser Wythes, Olivia Sens, Bryson Lee, Madeline Crompton, Caitlin Galinsky, Zoe Carter, and Sophie Delaforce. They're the 10 from the 16 to 18-year-olds, if you can congregate out the back. And we'll have the list of the 14 and 15-year-olds shortly, and also a result of the 11 to 13-year-old. if we can have those 6 competitors forward, please, that spoke on their selections. We'll make the presentation wherever they are. We've got 3 of them. Where are the other 3? Here we go. Here's 2 more. 3. Here we go. Can we get some ribbons organised? I don't know. As I said before, it's a bit like herding cats here today. But anyway, highly commended. Montana Richters, Charles McClay, and Matilda Jones. Third place, Angus Hamilton. Second, Olivia Tomlinson, which means that Piper Wainwright is our winner of the 11 to 13-year-olds. And by the look of that, 3 competitors, they're all from the Boonah show, Boonah school team, show team. Congratulations, well done.
Thank you, Keith. Sorry about the delay.
I'll have the list of 14 to 15-year-olds very shortly. We'll get them to congregate out the back as well. Right, we have a list now of the 14 to 15-year-olds who will speak on their selections. Amelia Lawson. If these 10 can congregate out the back, please. Amelia Lawson, Samuel Stenzel, Claudia Eason, Piper Redwood, Charlotte Dockler, Dakota Zeeth, Annalise Jones, Morgan Withers, Ashley Moran, and Hudson Ferry. Those are the 10 from the 14 to 15-year-old age group who will give us their thoughts on their selections. Right, we'll do the younger group first, the 14 to 15-year-olds. Right, our first competitor to speak on her thoughts, Amelia Lawson.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Coming here today, I was looking for a heifer that I could put in the market, and I know she would give me a good yielding quality and have that good fat coverage, depth, length, and muscle. The heifer that did that here today for me was heifer number 3. This heifer's the whole package. She's got that length, that depth, that muscle coverage, along with that fat coverage. Here in second day is heifer number 4. Again, this heifer, she's a long heifer. She carries that muscle well around her brisket and throughout. And here in the third day is heifer number 1. This heifer again, she's got that depth. I just feel like she lacked that overall coverage that I was looking for. Here in fourth day, taking nothing away from this heifer, is heifer number 2. Again, she's got that depth. I just feel like she could have used that overall coverage a little bit better, but taking nothing away from her. Before I finish, I'd like to thank Echo Show, RNA, and anyone else who made this day possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amelia. Next to speak will be Samuel Stenzel.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Sam Stenzel, and before I put my comment on this lovely line of trade market heifers, I'd like to thank the Royal Brisbane Show Society and everyone who made this event possible. Now, in first place, I put heifer number 3. I really admire this heifer for her overall flat bone and yieldage. She's got adequate fat cover between the 10 and 11 millimetres of fat, and I believe that she's the overall powerhouse in her class. Now, moving on to my second place getter, I've got heifer number 1. I really admire this heifer for her overall softness. She's a very safe heifer. I believe that she's going to hang up very well in the cold room. When you push through her over the stifle region, over the expensive cuts on her top line, and all the way through up her forearm, you can just see that she's a very wide heifer and a very safe heifer as that. Now, moving on to my third place getter, I've got heifer number 2. I really admire this heifer for her overall softness. She's a lot like the heifer I put in second place today, but I just believe that she just lacked the overall yieldage as the heifer above her. Now, moving on to my fourth place heifer, I've got heifer number 4, the apricot heifer. Now, this is a lovely heifer. She's got a lot of volume, very soft heifer. I just believe that she's outpowered by the heifers above her, and that in the cold room, she's not going to be able to have as much yield, and like they say, the length that weighs, the weight that pays. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Samuel. Next to speak will be Claudia Eason.
Hello, everybody. I'm Claudia Eason. Before I start, I'd just like to thank the judge and the exhibitors and handlers of these animals. I've put these animals in order 1, 4, 3, 2. I put number 1 in first. I believe that she's got good yield, and she's very thick along the back and full in the tail head. I put 4th in second today, because she's a very long animal. She does have good yield, but I don't believe she's as full as the animal I've placed in first today. I've placed number 3 in third. She's thick, she's good, but just not what I'm looking for today. She's not as full in the hind as the animals above her today. And I put number 2 last in fourth today. She's nice, she's smooth along the shoulders and in the back hind, but it just lacks the yield that I'm looking for. I've put my animals in order 1, 4, 3, 2. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Claudia. Next to speak will be Piper Redwood. Right. Piper doesn't want to use the microphone. Right, that's Piper's first go at judging, young judging, and she was a little bit, had a little bit of stage fright there using the microphone, so she whispered it in the judge's ear, but thank you very much, Piper. Next will be, where are we, Charlotte Dockler.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I've come here looking for a heifer that's going to be able to display overall evenness of fat coverage, great capacity and overall volume through her hindquarters. In first place today, I place heifer number 3. You've really got to admire this heifer for the overall evenness of fat coverage that she carries through her brisket and up along her tail head. However, I believe that it was just this heifer's overall thickness that she carries through her hindquarters today that just got her up into first place over the heifer I placed down second, heifer number 2. Heifer number 2, she displays great depth through her barrel. However, I believe that she just lacked in the overall thickness in her hindquarters. However, I just believe that it was her overall thickness that she carries along her top line today that just got her up into second place over the heifer I placed down third, heifer number 1. You've really got to admire this heifer for the overall thickness that she carries through her top line and through her hindquarters. The overall fat coverage that she carries in her brisket, and I just believe that it was her overall ability to carry that meat well today that just got her up into third place today over the heifer I placed down at fourth, heifer number 4. Heifer number 4, she is one of the bigger heifers in the class, and she does carry that meat well through her barrel. However, I just believe that she just did lack in the overall thickness in the hindquarters today. To conclude, I'd like to thank our overjudge, the RNA Show Society, and anyone else who made this day possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Charlotte. Here's another one panicking a bit, I think, but she'll be right. Dakota Zeith, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before I begin, I'd like to thank the RNA Society, the overjudge, and my fellow competitors. My order is 2, 3, 4, 1. Heifer number 2. She's a real nice deep heifer, very long heifer. She just carries that meat right through the twist and overall her strength of spine. It was just her overcapacity that got her above heifer number 3 today. Heifer number 3, she's a very thick heifer, very long heifer. She has a strength of spine. She carries that meat right to the barrel. It was just her overall softness and muscling that got her above heifer number 4 today. Heifer number 4. This heifer, she's a very nice, deep heifer, very long heifer. It was just her overall thickness that got her above heifer number 1 today, heifer number 1. This heifer is a very deep heifer, very soft heifer. I just didn't like the way that her meat in her hindquarters, but I like the overall capacity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dakota. Next to speak will be Annalise Jones.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before I start my judgments on this fine line of heifers, I'd like to thank the overjudge, the RNA Show Society, the owners and exhibitors, and anyone else who can make this day possible. These heifers, I put 3, 2, 4, 1. This heifer number 3 is a very thick heifer. She's very broad in the muzzle, followed throughout her body. She's got a very thick top line where all those expensive cuts are. It was this heifer's overall yielding ability that got her over this heifer number 2 here today. This heifer number 2 is a very long, widthy heifer. She's got very good fat coverage, and it was this heifer's overall depth that got her over heifer number 4 here today. This heifer number 4 is a very well muscled heifer. She's a very long heifer, and it was this heifer's overall strength of top line that got her over heifer number 1. This heifer number 1 has got very good bone, and these heifers are all credit to their owners. Thank you.
Thank you, Annalise. Next up in this 14 to 15 year age group, Morgan Withers.
Before I get started, I'd like to thank the Echo Show Society and any overhaul judge and everyone who made this day possible. My name is Morgan Withers and I put this order in 2-1-3-4. The reason I put 2 in number first is because she carries her fat coverage and muscle over her hindquarters up on her top line. She tracks well around the ring and she carries the meat well. In second, I put number 1. She also tracks well around the ring, carries the meat well, also got a good top line to carry her fat coverage and muscle over her hindquarters. In third, I put number 3. She also tracks pretty well around the ring, good top line, nice fat coverage, but would like to see her in the paddock a little bit more so she have nice fat coverage and muscle. And in fourth, I put number 4. I would like to see her in the paddock more. She's good. She's got a little bit of fat coverage that I like, but I would like to see more on her. And she tracks all right around the ring. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Morgan. Next up. She's coming. Next to speak will be Ashley Moran.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, before I start, would like to thank the overjudges, the Echo Society, and whoever made this day possible. Today, I placed this group of steers in order of 4, 3, 1, 2. In first place today, I had steer number 4. He was even and he had a nice rump. Next up, we had 3. He had a nice rump. He was wide but a little less fat. In number 3 today, I had steer number 1. He was a little bit more uneven. He had nice hindquarter and a wide top. And then in last place, I had 2. His brisket wasn't as nice as the others before him, and he was a little bit less uneven.
Thank you very much, Ashley. And finally, in this 14 to 15 year age group, Hudson Ferry.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I just like to thank the overjudge, the RNA Show Society, and the exhibitors for the chance to comment on these animals today. When I'm judging these heifers, I'm looking for the one with the best top line, the best overall length, and I really want a wide heifer. This is why I've placed them in the order of 2, 1, 3, 4. I put number 2 in first today because it was a really nice wide heifer. Had good length about it as well. In second, I put heifer number 1. She had a nice top line, good length, but she was a little bit high in the flank. Third place, I put heifer number 3. She had a nice top line, she was nice and wide, but she lacked a little bit of length. Fourth place, I put heifer number 4. She was a nice wide heifer, but she did lack a little bit of fat, and she was not as wide as the heifers above her. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hudson. And we'll go straight on with the 16 to 18 year age group now. Yep. Right. Just hang on a minute then.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunya Sale Yards, August 15th. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent.
Right, state of confusion once again, but I think it's right again now. So we move on now to the 16 to 18 year age group. And first to speak will be Maddie Albrecht.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before I place my comments on this fine line of heifers here today, I'd like to say thank you to the RNA, breeders and exhibitors and the overjudge and anyone else who made this day possible. Thank you. My orders of placings were 3, 1, 2, 4. In first place here today, I put this black heifer in third. She's got that length, the depth and width, that eye muscle, and you get behind her, ladies and gentlemen, and she's got that thickness through her top line that put her over the heifer in second here today, number 1. Number 1, I believe, she was the softest one in the class. She's got that length, that depth, but it was just her overall length that put number 1 over her. In third place today, I put number 2. This heifer is once again a very soft heifer. She's got that length and depth, but I just feel as though she lacks that overall evenness through her rump that put her down. In fourth place here today, I put number 4. This heifer has got length and depth, and that eye muscle, but I just feel like it's lacking that overall finish that put it in fourth place today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maddie. For whose thoughts now? Cody Payne.
Right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before I pass my comments on this class, I'd just like to say thank you to the overjudge, the RNA for holding this event, cattle exhibitors, and everyone else that's made it stay possible. So when I'm judging these sort of heifers, I'm looking for a few things. I want a high-yielding carcass. I want good fat coverage, around 5-10 mil, and good muscle coverage. And I've placed the order of these heifers in 3, 1, 2, 4, and the heifer I put in first place, number 3, she caught my eye when I walked in the ring. She's got that fat coverage, she's got that muscle coverage, she's got that thick across the top where most of your valuable cuts are coming from. And the heifer put in second place, number 1. She's another deep-bodied heifer. She got good fat coverage, just wasn't as thick across the top line as that heifer above her. The heifer I put in third place, number 2, another deep-bodied heifer. Just didn't have as much muscle, although she's a well-even heifer throughout the carcass. And then move on to fourth place, number 4. She's one of the bigger heifers in the class. She's got a long body. She had the fat, just didn't have the muscle coverage throughout a carcass, and that's why I've placed them in this order today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cody. Next up will be Matilda Penfold.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd just like to begin by thanking the overjudge, the exhibitors, breeders and owners of the cattle, and the Echo Show Society for putting together this event and for the opportunity to judge these good cattle today. I placed my order in 3, 1, 2, 4. When I was judging these cattle, I was looking for yield, cover and muscle, and number 3 just summed that up. She was just long, she was deep through the hindquarters, she was nice and wide over the top, and I think she's well finished. She was the highest yielding, I think, and full of red meat. So I think that was an easy first place. And then moving down to number 1, which I put in second place. She was long and she was deep. I just think she lacked a little bit of width across her top line and probably a bit of cover that number 3 had on top of her, and she's probably just not quite as high yielding as what number 3 was. Number 2 and 1 were very similar, but it was quite tricky to split these two. So number 2 I had in third place, and I think it was probably just her fat cover that had her there, but she was still long and deep and had a big heart girth on her, and credit to the owners for that. And number 4 I had in fourth place. Big heifer. She had a lot of volume there, probably just lacking a bit of cover and muscle, and she was a bit overpowered by the heifers in front of her. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Matilda. Next to speak will be Fraser Wythes.
I want to say a few thank yous before I judge this class of heifers here today. Thank you to the Echo Show for having us up here. Thank you to school teachers for bringing us here, and also thank you for the breeders of cattle. My order today was 3, 1, 2, 4. The heifer I had on top here, she caught my eye. She had that length, she had that carcass volume to her, she had that muscle pattern, she had that fat that I was looking for. I was looking for to kill this heifer here today, and she met that market spec that I wanted. Heifer I had in second was 1. This heifer, she just didn't have that overall shape that I was looking for compared to the heifer above her. She was a bit weaker across the top. She didn't have that fat running over her hind quarter, and probably just lacked in a bit of volume compared to the heifer above her. Heifer I had in third was 2. Overall, she just didn't have that width of spine that I was looking for. She probably missed the fat over her ribs a bit compared to the 2 above her. She didn't have that length of body compared to the 2, and she probably just lacked on the bit of feet structure and a bit of structure herself, looking for a feeding program. Heifer I had in fourth today was 4. I placed this heifer down here today. She just didn't have that overall muscling I was looking for. She didn't have that even fat distribution. She also didn't have that volume of carcass. You can see here that she's not as deep as the 3 above her. She's losing, even though she's long, she doesn't have that volume compared to the 3 above her. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fraser. Next, we'll have Olivia Sens.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Olivia Sens and I'm here from McLean High School. Before I begin placing this excellent line of heifers, I would like to thank the RNA, the overhead judge, the exhibitors, owners and leaders of this cattle and anyone else who made this day possible. Today I place these heifers in order of 3, 1, 2 and 4. I placed number 3 in first because she was deep, had good capacity, even fat coverage, she was soft, wide and had good muscle. I placed heifer number 1 in second because she was deep again, had even fat coverage, a nice top line, but lacked the softness as the heifer above her. The heifer in third, heifer number 2, was nice and deep, she had good capacity, but lacked the softness and fat coverage as the heifer above her. The heifer in fourth, taking nothing away from her, she was a lovely heifer, she had good capacity, but just lacked the depth and softness as the heifers above her. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Olivia. Next to speak will be Bryson Lee.
Yep, thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before I place my comments here today, I'd like to thank the overjudge, the RNA, and the exhibitors of these cattle. My order here today is 3, 1, 2, 4. The heifer I placed in first over the heifer in second. She's got great length of body, she's got great fat coverage and great softness throughout. The heifer I placed in second over the heifer in third. She's got great depth of body, she's got nice fat coverage and tracks the ring nice. The heifer I placed in third over the heifer in fourth. She's a good heifer, stands a good bone, but she just lacks that overall capacity as the ones above. Taking nothing away from the heifer in fourth, but she's a great heifer, but she lacks the overall capacity and softness of the ones above. Thank you.
Next to explain her reasoning will be Madeline Crompton.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Maddie Crumpton. I'd like to start today by thanking the overjudge and everyone who made this day possible. Now, what I'm looking for in a class of kill led heifers is I'm looking for the animal who's going to meet the MSA specs, and I'm looking for the animal with the overall muscling, the muscle, and the overall fat coverage. The animal that's going to meet those specs on the day. And today, ladies and gentlemen, that just had to be 3. I really enjoyed watching this steer walk around the ring. He's a very soft, safe, very soft steer. You get behind him, you can see he's like a table. He's got a wide back. He's very consistent through himself. Very nice steer. The animal I placed in second was number 1. Now, I was kind of had this animal pushing up towards first. But what got this animal down is that when you get behind this animal, you can see that it lacks back down in through the hindquarters. Now, taking nothing away from this animal, I really enjoyed this animal. Smooth, has the fat cover. This animal will hang well, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the animal I placed in third today was number 2. Again, lacking a little bit in the hindquarters. Still a very table-like steer, thick back. She's got it where it matters, ladies and gentlemen. She's got fat in those money cuts. The animal I placed in fourth today, ladies and gentlemen, this animal I think was just outpowered today, in the sense that the animal's up top just really blew me away. Now, the good attributes about this animal is she's a big framed animal, and I really enjoyed that about her. Thank you.
Thank you, Madeline. Now, for her thoughts, we'll call on Caitlin Galinsky.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before I place my judgment today, I'd just like to thank the overjudge, the RNA Show Society, and anybody else who can make this day possible. Today I've gone with order 3, 1, 2, 4. I think this heifer up here today, she's an overall complete package. She's long and deep. She's got that plenty of red meat in her, and it was just that overall width across the top line of this female that's got her over the heifer down here in second today. I think this heifer is still long and deep, and she's got plenty of volume in her. It's just that overall fat through her brisket and evenness of her that's put her over the heifer down here in third today. I think this heifer has still got plenty of volume about her, and she's still plenty long, and she's probably that bit more even than this heifer down here in fourth. But I think this heifer down here in fourth, she still stands on good bone, and she's still plenty long enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Caitlin. Next up will be Zoe Carter.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before I begin, I would just like to take a moment to give credit to the breeders and handlers of these cattle. It's a tremendous lineup we have here today. In first place, I have heifer number 3. I believe she's the complete package. She's deep and wide across. She's deep and has capacity. She's wide across her top line. She carries her muscle all the way from her shoulders to her hindquarters and has nice even fat coverage. Heifer number 1 is my second place heifer today. She is probably lacking a bit of shape compared to the heifer above her today, but she still has very good even fat coverage and is a very nice, powerful heifer. My third place heifer is heifer number 4. She's a long-bodied heifer with good muscle, but she is lacking a bit of fat as a kill tomorrow heifer. And my fourth place heifer is number 2. I think she's just been outpowered on the day. She doesn't have as much muscle as the 3 above her or the fat coverage. I would just like to take a moment to thank everyone who made this day possible. Thank you.
And our final competitor, Sophie Delaforce.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sophie Delaforce, and I am here representing Maclean High School. Before I start judging this beautiful line of heifers, I would just like to thank the RNA, the overjudge, as well as the handlers of these cattle, as well as the beautiful line of heifers. I place these heifers in order 3, 1, 4, and 2. Heifer 3 caught my eye as soon as she walked in the ring. She has good capacity, nice length and depth, as well as nice even coverage of fat and muscle. Heifer number 1 was close to 3, but she just wasn't as big of a build of heifer number 3. Heifer number 4, she was good, nice depth and length, just didn't stand up to the others. In fourth place, I had heifer number 1. Heifer number 2. Heifer number 2 was still an excellent heifer. She just wasn't as big and had as good capacity as the others. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sophie. We'll call on our overjudge now, Mr. Anthony Ball, for his thoughts on those two age groups. Over to you, Anthony.
Well, thank you very much, Keith, and certainly a big congratulations to the two age groups there. A tremendous job from all the young kids out here today. A big thank you, of course, to the schools and the parents for giving up their time and allowing their children to be here at such a wonderful competition and a wonderful event that is the 150th Royal Brisbane Show. So I've played, if I can just get your heifers up, please. While the heifers are getting up, just for the senior kids, just two things of note. For the senior competitors, when you do get to this level, certainly just watching a few of the kids there with notes on their hands, and I understand there's different levels of confidence and experience with the microphone, but when you do get to those senior levels, you want to be confident in your convictions. There's no right or wrong way to judge animals. It's your opinion on the day. So the kids that did have notebooks or notes on their hands were marked down ever so slightly, and I I'm still a bit of a stickler with tradition as well, with the wearing of slacks instead of jeans as well. I think at a Royal Show, presentation is everything. So I've placed these 3 heifers here today, and quite a few of the competitors did refer to them as steers. So again, it's also important to remember what you're judging and what you're saying. So with the 3 heifers here today, I'm looking for animals that are going to get killed tomorrow, which these heifers are. So for mine, a clear winner in the number 3 heifer there. I just thought she was the most complete heifer in the class. I picture a cardboard box, and then I take the sides off those cardboard boxes, and when you stand behind this heifer, she's full along the spine there from those shoulders back. She's thick, she's finished, she's complete. You know, beautiful hip to pen in that hind quarter, that twist. She's done, she's complete. And I think she's a clear standout winner in the class, and it's probably that overall finish in the hind quarter and that finish behind the shoulder that's given her the advantage over this very soft, easy-doing female in number 1. The female in second, the number 1 heifer there. I'd just like to see a little bit more behind the shoulders, a little bit more finish in that hind quarter for her. But it was her depth and overall scale in the hind quarter that got over the heifer in third. The heifer in third, just probably lacking a little bit there in the brisket and a little bit in the hind quarter and across the top, just to compete for any higher honours here today. But the heifer in third, I felt, was the most evenly matched to my first and second place heifer, and had a similar sort of maturity pattern that I was looking for to put her over this big red heifer, the number 4 heifer here that I had down in 4th place. Obviously a completely different maturity pattern to her. She's a taller heifer, she's a longer heifer, and for mine, I still think she's got a bit more growing to do, a bit more finish to come, and she's a heifer that'll perhaps fit another category, you know, in the supply chain further on down the track. So that's how I had them here today. 3, 1, 2, and 4. But again, congratulations to all the competitors, the schools, the parents, and for myself, a big thank you to the RNA for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be here. It's a wonderful event and a proud tradition that we have here in Queensland, and to be one of the judges here in what is the 150th year, I consider an extreme honour, and to come from North Queensland to do that as well is a pleasure. So thank you to the RNA, and congratulations once again to everyone.
Thank you very much, Anthony. Those cattle can move off now. You can take them back to their stalls. Thank you very much. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for our paraders, for the 3 groups that we had. They've put in a tremendous amount. We're out here this morning in the judging of their various classes, and then they've hung around and brought them out to be judged by our young judges.
okay with that? Intermediate. Still a few more announcements.
Still a few announcements to make. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, righto. So after I'll announce these two results, the intermediates, the 14 to 15-year-olds, and then the 16 to 18-year-olds, following which we'll be able to announce our champion young school judge. Then there'll be the schools champion. Now, Alex is not going to listen to me. There's a couple of more announcements anyway. The overall on the herdsman's competition and also the champion school. So there's just a few more to come. Result now from the 14 to 15 year age group. Highly commended. Amelia Lawrence, Dakota Zeeth, if you could all come forward, please. Annalise Jones, Morgan Withers, Ashley Moran, and Hudson Ferry. Oh, and did I mention Claudia Eason? I might have missed that one. That's our highly commended. Should be 7 of those. They're all running away before the official third, second, and first. Third place. Oh, still going. That should be the 7, I think. Third place to Piper Redwood. Second to Charlotte Dockler, which means that Samuel Stenzel will be our winner in the 14 to 15 year age group. Congratulations to all of our place getters. Right. So we move on to the seniors now, the 16 to 18 year olds. Our highly commendeds again, Cody Payne, Olivia Sens, Bryson Lee, Madeline Crompton, Caitlin Zielinski, Zoe Carter, and Sophie Delaforce. Which leaves our 3 place getters. So in third place, Matilda Penfold from Scott's All Saints College. Second to Maddie Albrecht from Downlands College. Which leaves the winner, Fraser Withes from Scott's All Saints College. So now I'll have the champion very shortly. Right. So our champion schools young judge, Fraser Withes. And the reserve, Maddie Albrecht from the same age group. Reserve champion. Hang on, that's you got a blue card, haven't you? school herds persons. Righto, while the photos are being taken, the Inter-School Herdspersons Award. I'll start from third and go up to first. Third, Downlands College. Representative from Downlands to come out and receive your third place ribbon, please. Second, New England Girls School. Somebody from New England Girls School. And first place, McLean High School. Oh, there's a cheer squad. There we go, well done. Brought their own cheer squad.
Sorry, Keith. I'll be a few minutes.
You're right. Still a few points to be tallied up for the champion school. Still got to add up a few points for our champion school in our young judges.
Look at him. Bloody second was Monto. This young fella here, as soon as he spoke, I went, yeah, here he is. Oh, he's already got it. He's going to take one off
Not far away. Oh, no. Somebody dropped a pen. Traditional Simmental. Somebody dropped a pen. Traditional Simmental Fleckvie Society pen. It's been handed in here.
Oh, do you? Oh, yeah, bloody. Yeah, be careful, these livestock agents grooming you already, mate. Jesus. Yeah, stay in the meat cage, mate. That's where the honest blokes are. I'm telling you now.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunya Sale Yards, August 15th. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated. A bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent.
courtesy of Nutrien again, Nutrien Ag Solutions. Who did we say was the most successful school, Candy? No third places. It's just the most successful school. Scott's All Saints College. They brought their own cheer squad too. Well, that completes our judging here today. This afternoon, we'd like to thank our over-judges and also like to thank all of those competitors. I don't know how many we had in that individual class judging, but there was a stack of them. So thank you very much for being here today. We start again tomorrow with the open lead steer starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. And we've got a big day, and of course the sale that follows. All the ribbon winners from today and tomorrow will be auctioned, and the remainder will be going up to Gympie, to Nolan Meats, to be processed. They'll be bought on the grid system. We'll have a grid sheet for you and all that tomorrow. But that completes things for today. Thank you.
The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls at the Coolabunya Sale Yards, August 15th. Semen and morphology tested, fully vaccinated, a bull for everyone. Contact your preferred GDL agent. The Gender View Invitational Bull Sale will offer 65 industry-relevant Limousin and Angus bulls